Hey guys, this is System, and this is Skyopolis 4. Hope everyone is well, having a utterly amazing day. Let's go ahead and jump right back into this pretty cool pack. So, in 2 episodes, I went ahead and worked on our crate setup quite a bit. Kind of looks like an owl now. It just kind of how it worked out. Wasn't planned at all, but yeah, it's got the crazy spinny eyes on the top. Even looks like it has like feathery wings there, I guess, with the millstones. And this kind of looks like it's like its chest, right? So yeah, this turned out looks like a owl, which is a little strange, but yeah, it is what it is. Went ahead and just fixed up the setup, changed the whole back here. We got a new power source. I want to show you how fast this thing works now too. This thing actually works really good. So here I have a chest and a omnidirectional hopper. Just a hopper, you can kind of point in any direction you want. Anyway, let's go ahead and pop this stuff in here. You'll see how fast this thing is. This thing is actually super fast now. I actually have it going almost max speed, which is pretty sweet, but it can do the stuff that it needs to really quick. I wanted to be able to see this all the time because I really love this setup. I know other people are saying I could use XNet. I don't have access to it right now, or I guess logistical sorters to kind of get this done, but I think this is way cooler. So anyway, that's awesome. And down here, actually I have to go down here for a second. There you go. Go ahead and grab this chest. There you go. Got our steel casing. So it goes that quick down. So it doesn't even take a lot of time, which is pretty cool. Down here, I just have my millstones and stuff, so nothing really changed down here. But in the back, I'll show you what's going on back here. So here I'm actually using a new source of power. So the windmill is completely gone. I'm using, these are called furnace generators, I believe. So if you go to, I guess, furnace, check this out. Furnace engines is what they are. And they produce, with a furnace, what is it there? 16,384 stress units. So I have that times 3 because I have 3 of the setups. I'm using one for this setup, one for that setup, and one for that setup. Works out really well. And I'm able to fully automate these. So how these actually function is you use the furnace engine on a furnace, and it kind of multi-blocks, right? So you see this piece and this piece. This is all one thing. And yeah, basically it uses the heat from a furnace, but it has to be actively smelting something to actually generate the power that then powers this flywheel, which has to be kind of placed down like 2 blocks away. So if I actually like break this, notice that the multi-block breaks, and if I put it back down, it reconnects. And yeah, it just powers that as long as the furnace is smelting something. So what I'm doing is just infinitely making stone. So I just have cobblestone generator with the chute. Down there I have furnace. Below that I have another chute and a drawer with a void upgrade. And the way I'm powering it, because you may notice there's no coal in it, is just with a external heater from Immersive Engineering, which basically just lets you run furnaces infinitely, you know what I mean, with 32 RF ticks. So nice little clean setup that keeps everything kind of powered and good to go. So anyway, just infinite power with these engines, which is really sweet. You could also use a blast furnace, I should say, too. So if you use a blast furnace, it kind of limits what you can smelt. It's the only problem. But if you're doing ores, I guess, and later on, I guess we might be able to switch that if we need to, I guess. But it'll double the stress units, I think, and doubles the rotational force that comes out of it initially, right? So I guess the connection right here would be doubled. You may notice here too, I'm actually finally using the rotational speed controllers, and I guess these are kind of moving at max speed, almost max speed anyway. This can actually go up to 256, and if I do that right there, it's actually going to get overstressed on this one. This is the other one I have to kind of monitor, but that's kind of the point of these, to be able to just control the rotational force that's coming out of a power source without having to do the small cog to big cog, small cog to big cog type deal. And yeah, just kind of does it for you, which is really awesome because it lets you min-max how much rotational force is going to your machines without, you know, having to work with cogs, which is really awesome. I tried to set this up very early in the pack, and I did it wrong because I thought this was the rotational force we're looking at. No, when you actually put the rotational speed controller onto a big cog, because it has to go onto a big cog here. See this kind of multi-block, right? It actually comes off the side here and the side here. So you have 2 outputs. I was just looking at the wrong one. I was looking at this one, and this one just kind of goes at normal speed. So that doesn't help at all, but it does give you a extra connection if you want to just have some, I guess, another extra connection to some power there. So anyway, finally using them, and that's actually sweet. And yeah, you can kind of just look at them and then use your scroll wheel. I'm actually going to unlock my scroll wheel, so I have one of those ones that will just spin forever. Let's do that. There you go. And there you go. It's going slow. And I actually made it go minus, so it's actually going backwards now, which is kind of awesome because you can control the rotation of the actual shaft as well. Then if I go, I guess, positive, it'll start spinning back the other way. just like that, ever so slowly. Then I go ahead and just speed it up again and get it back up to 248 where it actually belongs. So these things are awesome, and I just didn't understand them, I guess, early in the pack. So I am slowly understanding more and more from this mod. As I do, I'll be able to do cooler and cooler things. So anyway, that is what I did with Great there. So that's cool. Really loving how this works too. Also, the arm has more range than I thought. So it's actually able to move it down a block and back a block, just so it has a little more depth to it. And you can see what's going on a little better. And yeah, these things, I don't know what the max range on it is still, but it can definitely reach everything here. No problem at all whatsoever. So I thought that was all pretty cool. So what we're going to get to, though, I'll probably get into that. We need to get into a new power source today. So I'm going to get into probably the Petroleum from Immersive. So I have a whole lot of blocks kind of grafted up here. So I used a bunch of steel. We need to set up a pump jack. We need to set up a diesel generator and the distillation tower. And yeah, we're going to do that. Now, what we're going to do is go ahead and use this puppy here. It's a core sample drill. This thing basically tells you, I guess, per chunk, whether there is liquid in that chunk. I know we're in like a sky block, but it's still going to work. It's just either the liquid's in the chunk or it's not. If so, we can set up, I guess, a pump jack and pull power, right? So that's kind of the idea. It's going to go ahead and grab this battery here. Show you how this kind of works. So you just kind of pump it down. Let's go to F3 and G. There we go. Just so we can see our chunk boundaries, which are awesome. And if I put this down here, make sure it's actually exporting. So let's do that there. Awesome. This has a power buffer, and if I right click on it, it kind of drills down to the ground. And when it comes back up and finishes, if you right click on it, it's actually going to give you kind of this little core sample thing and tell you what's going on in the chunk. So this one right here, I actually saw the item. Where did it go? Why are you making a liar out of me? It's like it disappeared. Oh, there it is there. It says no fluid reservoir, no mineral overall, and tells you where the sample is taking and how long ago. We're looking for one that has a fluid reservoir. So you can find water, lava, and crude oil. So we want crude oil. So I've actually already ran around a little bit, and I found a spot that has crude oil. So if you go to, I guess, F3G, head over here. We have a spot, and we're going to set up a really jank system today just to get us power. Just to get us power, because I need to have some power to get us the mid game. And yeah, we're just kind of hurting. So if I go over here, kind of show you what it's going to look like when you actually get one. Let's go ahead and do that. Sweet. And this should be the chunk, actually. Make sure we're not on the boundary here. No, we look good. Awesome. Let that go back up. Sweet. And see if we can actually get our sample. And in this sample, we have crude oil reservoir, 10 million millibuckets. So this is going to be where we set up everything. These guys come visit you sometimes, too. They're just, yeah, you can buy stuff for emeralds. I don't care about them. This is what I do to them. I just go away, plague doctor. I'm done with you. And, that is good. Let's get rid of you. Get rid of you. There you go. I know, I'm a horrible person. I just need them not around. Them and wandering traders just kind of plague you. Anyway, so like I said, we're going to set up a pump jack in this chunk here to get us the crude oil that we then have to run through the distillation tower. The distillation tower is going to get us 3 liquids. It's going to be lubricant, gasoline, and then the diesel. Then the diesel is what we could use for power. So that's going to be how this kind of works today and what we get to. So let's go ahead and grab everything. That's the distillation tower. I think this is the pump jack. So let's actually grab that. We need our projector as well. So let's go get that as well. Projector right there. That looks good. Anything else in there? No, I think we have everything else. So yeah, we just need power. This little power system too, it's going to net about 4,000 RF tick, but it takes about 1,500 tick to run it. So we're going to gain about 2,500 tick. So it is pretty expensive. The main reason I'm doing this too, if I go over here, because I could use some other power systems, right? I could just use lava or something like that, right? To get us to mid-game. But we had to make this stuff anyway in Quest. So I figure if I'm going to make it, I'm going to use it. So that is why I'm doing it. Anyway, make sure we're inside our chunk here. Go ahead and grab the actual projector. Make sure it's set to the right mode here. Where do you see that? Selection mode. There we go. Then we want to go to pump. Sweet. Go ahead and set it. That's good. And then we want on projection mode. And then we just want to put this down anywhere in the chunk. Like I said, this could be ugly as heck at first, but don't really care too much. Anyway, go F3G. There you go. Then I guess we just need to go ahead and build this thing. So let's actually try to get as much of this on our bar as we can. Also, I want to show you something here too that I found that was really cool. So I didn't find it. Someone told me about it because I asked about this these green slots, I guess, yesterday in the video. So if you set the hotkey, and I think the hotkey by default is the Z key. So if you do that, you can actually set like the filter in there, what it holds. Then you just scroll with your mouse wheel, and it's a hot swap between kind of like two different items. So you could have like three basically, one in the slot, then two more in those slots, and you can just go in between different items, which I thought was really rad. That is my fortune. That is fine. And I need to get my projector back in here. So let's do that. Probably grab some of them. I got rat bits all over the place. Let's do you. That looks good. Maybe this as well. That'll start us off. Anyway, we're gonna build this one together. Then I'm gonna probably go ahead and build the next two by myself, right? So probably be how I do it. Then we just need to do a little bit of filtering with the liquids. The liquid filtering is going to be a little weird, just because I didn't find, at least I couldn't find, any liquid filtering in the pack that we have access to right now. Like we could use XNet or something later on, but that can filter on the imports. I could do it on the export, no problem. But we have 3 liquids that are going to be coming out of a single kind of export, and yeah, it's a little jank to filter it, so we're going to have to do it a little differently. But anyway, let's go do that there. That's good. Then that looks like a heavy. Let's do that there. Go ahead and pop that there. That looks good as well. And yeah, let's just get this done. This one's not too hard to build at all, so it's actually pretty sweet. We need something right here just so I can place this block of steel. I used most of our steel getting all these pieces too, so we're down to like a single stack of steel. We are steel poor again. But anyway, that is good. We'll have a way to making steel again, I guess a new way, so it won't be that big a deal. We should be able to do it through mechanism once we have power, I guess. That's one of the reasons I need this, right? So we can actually power mechanism machines and kind of move forward. But anyway, do that and that. That looks good. That is our multi-block, and I guess we do that to kind of turn it off. That looks good. And I don't remember what we hit. It might be back here, actually. It might be this right here. Do I have my hammer on me? I do not. Let's go ahead and grab our hammer, hopefully. Oh, that's right here. It's actually right there. That's awesome. Is that the spot? There you go. That'll form the multi-block. That is the machine. Actually, it looks pretty rad. Looks like a actual pump jack, right? So I thought that was cool. We will need a point, though. So let's actually go ahead and grab a point. We're really limited on power, too, actually. And before I kind of proceed, I noticed, too, like our power generation right now, I mapped it out. We have 105 RF tick that we're producing. Our refined storage system is using 5 of it, and the other 100, I guess 96 of it is being used on these extreme heaters, and we only have 4 RF a tick that's actually going to the battery. So I'm going to temporarily turn this off, right? We'll turn off this whole setup, just let it be off so I can at least power this pump jack and the distillation tower with enough to be able to produce a little bit of diesel so we can start getting power, right? That is actually how power starved we really are. So anyway, and I didn't want to do something like just spam thermoelectrics or something like that, like I always do, or go to lava. I guess I could have done power lava. I've never done that one, but I could have done something like that. But I want to do something different, so let's go ahead and do that. That's good. Probably turn on chunk loading, because why not? And this should be ready to go. I think it just needs a output for fluid, at which point we're good to go. Also found out we have access to these, because they never told us in the quest book anywhere that we kind of unlock these at any point. These are the fluid, I guess, pipes from the pipes mod. Really good, I guess, pipes. They're just good energy, item, and fluid pipes. And I'm going to be using them a lot on the kind of move board because they're a very good option. We are going to be using some ender tanks here, so let's do that. I may color this too, actually. Color code it, because we're going to be moving some liquids around wirelessly. We got these two free, but we can actually craft these no problem now, so that is cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab some kind of dye here. Let's go with, I know we have dandelion, so yeah, we'll just do that right there. We just need like 4 of those, I think, so let's do that. We're actually gonna need 2 more of these. I'll get that after. Anyway, we'll need to color code these, right? So these are just like link tanks, which is really awesome. So let's do that and that. This will be, I guess, our color code for crude oil. That's kind of the idea. So we'll have a channel just for crude oil. And then we'll go ahead and get that being produced. And then, like I said, I'll go ahead and do the distillation tower, which is really awesome. Cool. I've been holding off on tools too. Tetra's in the pack, and I never really got into it. I didn't really feel it, you know what I mean? But yeah, we're going to have the atomic disassembler soon anyway. So yeah, we'll probably switch to that next, which will be the idea. Anyway, The fluid of this will come out of, I guess one of either two sides. So we could do this one right here. This is an output. Go ahead and do that right there. That's fine. Then we'll need the wrench from the mod. It's just a couple flint and some sticks. So that is cool. Then you need to set the extract on these ones. So I can just do that right there. If you actually look at that, it says transferring 50 millibuckets every tick. So that is awesome. And this should be ready to go, I think, right? I'm actually wondering why it's not moving here. Are we actually getting any crude oil? Maybe, maybe not. Also, why am I starving, man? We need to eat something here. Let's go ahead and do that. So it seems to be extracting now, which is awesome, right? That it's actually working. So anyway, the way I fixed it was just put a fluid pipe from Immersive engineering instead of the other one I was using. I don't know why this one wouldn't pull. Like, I'm a little confused actually why that wasn't working. But at any rate, it's working now. It may change how I have to do it with the distillation tower. I guess how we do the filtering. I'm hoping not, though. I'm hoping it'll actually pull the 3 different liquids out, because otherwise things are going to start getting real jank, because without import filtering, it's really weird to do. Especially since one of the fluids I don't want at all. I don't want it all. So anyway, we'll deal with that when we get there. And you may notice too, it looks like it's glitching right now. No, it's just vastly underpowered. It does not have anywhere near enough power to kind of run there. This thing, yeah, it can use up to, I think, 1,000 RF ticks, so 1,024 or something like that. And we don't have that, so it's just doing what it can. And yeah, anyway, it is what it is. I just need this to buffer up, then it's going to stop working anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But I think I'm going to go ahead and build the distillation tower. So if I go to, I guess, selection mode, go to here, I'll go and do this one by myself. So this is the massiveness of it, right? So it's this giant multi-block here. And it's mostly just iron sheet metal and scaffolding. But I need to get that done. Then after that, I'm going to go ahead and do the diesel as well. So I'll end up building this one as well. And once I'm finished, we'll come back and hopefully get this mostly automated. And then move on to something else. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that done. So I've gone ahead and got both of these multi-blocks done. So that's awesome. Got the diesel generator. You hit it on the front, like on the radiator block. This one, it's not too confusing actually. You just do that right there. And you just, this is the block you're looking for. Just right click on that one. And this one here, it's actually on the, I think the redstone block. So this one right here, go ahead and do that. And then yeah, just multi-block. And you get this massive giant tower of awesome, which is pretty cool. This platform is a complete and utter mess, but yeah, we have to deal with this right now. I just don't have any places to put it, and a lot of the stuff is temporary. We're going to be using this power until we get to other power, right? So that's the thing. I have this one unpowered right now. We're going to go ahead and get this one powered up. This one is going to be the one that actually takes the crude oil. It gives us our 3 other fluids. So what we want to do, I guess, is grab this tank here. Oh, my other tank's over there. I was wondering where my other tank was. But anyway, the fluid input is right here. So we're going to do that. Then we should be able to use one of these fluid pipes. It should work on this time. These are basic upgrades too. They just make the pipes work better. Higher level ones give them more functionality. Like this one I think adds the filtering at this level. And this one I think adds like round robin and stuff like that. So different level upgrades do different things. So that is kind of how that works there. But we're going to go ahead and throw this here. And then I guess we'll put one upgrade into it because it'll just make it faster. And then just upgrade. And then I guess... we need to shift or right click that, right? There you go. Pop that in there. And this thing should start getting crude oil. So there you go. It's getting all filled up. That's exactly what we want to see. Got a whole 16 buckets. Anyway, let's go ahead and give this thing some power. So grab a point and hopefully get it up there. There you go. Awesome. And then it's going to start just processing the crude oil. And it does it really fast too. So this machine under load can actually use 2,000 RF tick. But it'll never be running that fast unless you have enough crude oil to run about 2 or 3 of these. So yeah, it's not gonna be running all the time. It's gonna probably average that we use about 1,500 RF tick between the pump jack and this, and then we'll get 4,000 out of that. So we'll net gain about 25,000 RF tick. So that'll be kind of how that works. But you can see in here, we now have 3 liquids. We have gasoline, we have diesel, and we have lubricant. And this is the stuff we need to get filtered. So let's work on that. So first thing I want to do is kind of get some buffer tanks here. So we'll just go grab these here. Just kind of get them in line. So one there, one here. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's do that. There you go. Let's get this here. And I need to get up there and get to that top there. So let's do that. Wait, does this one have liquid in it? What does this one have in it? What did I put in this? Did I? Oh, I put it right there, so it started draining one of the liquids. Which liquid is in here? Oh, this is the lubricant. Okay, so that's fine. Let's redo this. We got to do this a little different. Let's go ahead and pull out the first liquid first. So this it's weird because 3 liquids are coming out of here, right? And I don't know what order it pulls them out. It doesn't really matter to me that much. But if I start doing that now, one of the liquids is going to end up here. Wait a second. What's going on here? Is this a thing that mechanism does? Wait, what? How's this even working? Because if so, that makes my life so much easier. So that is lubricant. Okay. If I put this in bucket mode, can I put that in there? I think I can, right? Bucket mode. Just like that. There you go. And if I put a third tank up there, does that auto filter? Because if so, I just found the most awesome thing ever. Let's go here. I can't seem to get that down. How did I do that? I am so confused at how that just happened. That is awesome if I can actually get this to work. Let's do that. Let's do this. It really... Oh, it's in bucket mode. Let's do that. Go. Is the third fluid going to go up here? Because that would be... Oh my goodness. This actually works. Gasoline, lubricant. No, that's lubricant. I need diesel. Come here. Come here for a sec. But liquids like going through the tanks, the different liquids. It's like filtering itself somehow. I didn't even know this was functionality. Now I gotta try stuff. Bucket mode, put that in there, right? No, go away. There you go. And then off bucket mode. Yo, there you go, diesel. So that's like a filtering system in itself. That is actually really cool. I did not know that was functionality. I mean, it only helps me so much. I don't think it really helps me with this because we can't actually set the, I guess, buffer. But, I mean, that's really cool just to find that out. That could be useful in other situations. So anyway, that is cool. So we got our 3 different liquids here. Here's our diesel. That's the one we'll be able to put into the generator, right? And then we have our gasoline and our lubricant. Now, the lubricant, I'm only going to want so much of it. I'm probably going to want, I don't know, a bit of it, right? So that isn't enough right there. I need to get enough to, I guess, make filters as well. So I'm doing that. And then we'll need one of these. This is going to be for the gasoline. That's good. And I don't know if we need a bucket of diesel, but I'll just grab that and put it back. I don't actually need to filter that one. So anyway, that's pretty much all I need the tanks for. So let's actually pull this all out now. Let's do that. I want to go ahead and get a point on this over here. So let's do this. We'll start powering this thing again. Sweet. And it's probably going to go super slow. Either way, we won't worry about that. Then we can go ahead and just use this first diesel, I guess, and kind of get this buffered. And then we should be able to finally do the filtering that I was talking about. So let's go ahead and do that. Sweet. That's so cool about the tanks, though. I literally never knew about that. Anyway, let's go ahead and do you. Go ahead and pull that out. That did not work. It's going in there. Oh, I forgot about this, too. Little weird thing about this particular generator. It doesn't have an internal buffer at all. So until you put like a battery up here or something that can hold power, it's not going to actually produce power. And before I actually turn this on, this thing is mad, like with insane how loud it is. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on these ear defenders. Now, they're not hard to make. So they're just like that there, right? So that's cool. And yeah, once you have these made, it's going to make it so they're much less loud than they are, I guess, usually, right? It's going to deafen them, basically, all the immersive machines. So let's go ahead and throw a battery down, right? So let's do that. Sweet. And then we do down, storing power and exporting power. Cool. And it's running. That's good. If I turn that off, is that going to get really loud? Pretty loud, right? Yeah, that is pretty loud. And then we'll go ahead and put that back on. That looks good. And yeah, that's going to produce a little bit of power for us, I guess. We got almost 2 million RF in that short amount of time. It's actually burning through the rest of it, which should be enough to buffer these machines and make them start doing stuff. Well, actually, why isn't this one working? Why you no do stuff? I want you to do things that I want you to do. Oh, I need to set the channels right and actually pull the power into the system. That would help. So let's actually grab a actual plug, right? Let's do that. Go ahead and check our channels. I have one that's just power. This is where I store my power, right? So the power will come into the machine through here. You need to make sure the up is set. There you go. All that power just instantly disappeared. This machine should start having power now. I don't know why this thing's not working, though. Why are you not doing the things you need to do? You're burning the power, but you're not doing anything. Do I actually have it? Why is this machine, like, leaking power right now? I don't know why this is doing that. It's using the power. I can see it right there, right? So it's using the 1000 RF tick, but it's not actually doing anything. And that is not correct. So let's see if we can get this multi-block maybe formed again and see if we make it not drain my power for no apparent reason, especially when it's so limited, right? We need a pipe, right? So let's do that. Let's do this here. Then see if we can actually, I guess, multi-block this again. I can't remember where it was. Was it back here? Yeah, it was right there. And then we'll probably have to reconnect that power. There you go. Maybe we'll put a little battery buffer on top of it too. See if maybe it likes that better. So something like this here. And put, no, it'd be down, right? There you go. And we could do that. And this here. And are you actually running? Are you burning power though? You are not. Oh, because it still needs a output, right? So anyway, I don't know why that happened. I guess I'll have to, I guess I won't do anything. Either it's going to work or it's not. Let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do this here. Are you finally going to work? No? That's output and that's input, right? Why you no work? Why you no do the things that you're supposed to do? I'm actually confused right now. What if I do it on this side? Let's do you. Sweet. Usually it's the fluid buffer that stops this one to work. But I have no reason to think that the fluid buffer would be backed up for any reason. Yeah, let's try one more thing here. Let's see, let's pretend that a liquid got in one of the pipes in the multi-block. For some reason it's confused. So let's do that. Let's do this. Here we go. It must be a 116 issue. This looks like a 116 bug. So maybe that there. Then we'll form the multi-block one more time, maybe. If I could actually grab the hammer. So do that one more time. We have this. Everything's set, right? I'm just going to turn everything on. That's good. And then this here. And then hopefully just a tank, right? So we have the, that is the new one. Set you right here. Now it's working. Yeah, I have no idea. It's like a different liquid got inside the pipe somehow. Maybe? Or maybe it's just decided to work. Either way, it's working now. Hopefully it doesn't do that like on different reloads of the pack. But that's getting us our crude oil now. And then here we're getting all our different liquids. It's getting over buffer right now and stop working. But we should see like it's using power. Kind of blips there real quick. That's using 2048. But it can't run constantly because it's not getting enough stuff in it. You need a real robust system to be able to get enough fuel in there to kind of keep it that busy. And then I guess we're going to have to set up the filtering on the liquids, right? So the way I'm going to do this is going to be a little jank too. So let's go ahead and actually break that for right now. We're going to go ahead and void off two of the liquids, right? So the liquids we're going to void off are going to be the gasoline, right? So we'll do this right here. Do that. Then lubricant. I am going to need some lubricant, but we'll wait till later on. Or I can come back here and just grab lubricant, I guess, at some points. Because it's just, like I said, it's going to be a hassle. Actually, I just thought about something. This might work too. If I went ahead and grabbed a basic tank for lubricant, pumped in there first, it'd always have 16 buffer. Then I could void it off at the top, which is kind of the plan. Maybe this would be the next one, right? So we do this. This is going to be the one with the buffer. This one has a filter on it. So I could tell it to void off lubricant and gasoline, which is awesome. Then I guess I could just have the last one, which will be the new fuel. I guess the diesel, isn't it? There you go, up there. And I'll pump that into that one. And that should filter it, as long as I could set it to, I guess, nearest first, which I can't. I think I can with this advanced upgrade. So I'm just making sure everything's set here. That looks good. Let's get this out of here. You need to get this dyed on a different channel too, I guess. So let's do this here. And that, we'll just put on middle one this time. Sweet. Hopefully we can do the same thing here. Middle. There you go. So these will be on the same channel. And you can see like how I'm saying that the fluid filtering is a little weird. Because we can't do it on the imports. If I could do it on the imports, it would be super easy. So that would be like extent. But anyway, that's good there. Then we'll want to automatically pull the liquid out. Because one of the main problems is, like, I can put different tanks here, right? But the second one of these tanks ends up empty, it's going to start putting whatever liquid it wants in there. And that is the main issue with filtering. I guess I didn't really explain that. Well, let's do that, that, and that. And yeah, I think that's good. So that's good. Is this thing actually all backed up? Yeah, looks like it's totally backed up. And let's see if it actually does the things I would like it to. Let's see here. So we got... Uh-oh. I think I got the wrong fluid in here. What ended up here? Let's do here. I'm going to have to fix this. Huh. Oh, I did this wrong. That's why. Okay, let's go ahead and fix this. So what did I get in here? Lubricant. So that one's set right. This one looks like it's gasoline though, right? I have it on blacklist. That is one of the problems. Second problem is going to be right here. So I can fix this pretty easy. I put the upgrade in here. I want it to nearest first, right? So to always try to send the liquid to the nearest one first. It'll never skip by. And this one has gasoline in it. I need to get the gasoline out. Once the gasoline's out, we should be good to go. Okay, this thing is working fine and dandy. It's doing its thing. It seems to be filtering fine. The lubricant is filled up and it didn't end up with this tank, which was my main worry. And everything is good in the world. It's just kind of producing the fuel. Immediately goes into the diesel gen. It's obviously working because it's got smoke. But yeah, you can plainly hear it right there, which is cool. And we are good to go. I was able to turn our external heaters back on. I'm guessing this is going to start turning off soon too. It'll start kind of going intermittent as soon as our power buffers are all filled. Like this battery's filled now. This is probably the last one here. So it'll be pretty much that. And once this one's filled, that thing will just go on and off as power is drained. So that actually works out, right? So there you go. That is awesome. And yeah, I can't really tell. But if we listen to it, it's probably going on and off, on and off, on and off. Sounded really jank, which is part of the reason I don't want to go over there. Also, that platform looks utterly terrible. There's just all kinds of junk all over the place. And I do promise that in time, it'll look a little more organized, or a lot more, I should say. So that is cool. But I think I'm going to go ahead and actually go ahead and end this one here. So as always, guys, like this video, please hit that like button. I really liked it. Hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. Well, you guys all have a good one. See you guys next video. Later.